Do you have,
Go ahead.
go ahead, Martha.
You want me to? When you were a little boy growing up, did you um, consider pastor, or did you just, as you were growing up, you just considered as being a pastor?
Well, I wanted to be in the ministry.
Uh-huh.
At that stage, I was not interested in being a pastor, but an evangelist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I had been won to Christ by an evangelist,
Uh-huh.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, I know Jimmy Johnson.
And
Yeah.
so, since I met the Lord that way, that was the way that appealed to me. And I didn't want to go to college. I thought I could start right then. I was 9 years old, you know.
Yeah.
Let's get on with the show.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But, you know,
Yeah.
wiser heads prevailed, thank God. And I did go to college and seminary. But anyway, I, at that stage, was already feeling, at age 9, from age 9 on, a very definite calling into the ministry. But at that stage, it was into evangelism.
I could really see you as an evangelist myself.
Well, thank you.
I really could.
Thank you.
That's it. You know, looking at Billy Graham, you know, him and listen to him, and then listen, you know, and you too.
Well, thank you.
I really think
Thank
that.
you very
I really
much.
could.
I appreciate that. In a way, I've been an evangelistic pastor,
Yeah.
am an evangelistic district superintendent, and was in television for 22 years. And saw that as an opportunity for evangelistic outreach. So I've been in it in a way, but I've never really launched out and been an evangelist per se.
Oh, you want to ask Jim?
Well, I've got another question for
All
you.
right.
This is probably coming from most of the young people here. Growing up, we always hear our elders talking about the good old days. Tell us about the good old days and what you remember of them.
Okay, Pat and I were talking, and Judd today about that. She was saying that at the table this morning when she judged that she wished for our children that they could have had just a little bit of an experience of the world that we knew when we were their age. Now, not that either of us would want them to miss what they are in right now, because we're very pleased with where they are and where they seem to be headed. But there was for instance, I think the things that she cited, help me think, Judd, was there was, of course, no television. There were no drugs. Not that they are comparable, but it was a simpler life. And although it was loaded with the freight of World War II, and we were afraid, we didn't know whether we would win the war or lose it. I mean, we could have lost it, and that's one message to your generation. We could have lost that war, and. So as I think back on it, though, you tend to remember the good things, thank God. You don't think much about the fear and the dread, you know, of knowing I was going to go into service at age 18, ready or not, there you went. And knowing combat was a part of that. So you tend to forget all that, and you remember the peaceful, quiet streets, the fact that Pat said she could walk to school in Fayetteville, and did. And she said she would walk over to the market house and go up on the second floor where the city library was, and she was just a little girl.
That's right.
She wouldn't do that today, not in Fayetteville. And she said she used to walk from her home, from her parents' home on Easton Street to East Carolina College at night. And maybe a gal might be well advised some nights not to do that at Greenville. Now, I don't know, but anyway, it was a safer time to be alive. And although we had this fear and dread and apprehension and concern are all relative terms, yet compared to some of the concerns that we have today, there was a lot to commend those days. I don't want to go back. I just want to incorporate some of those positive features into tomorrow.
Unless no one else has a question, that one last question we'll go ahead and pose. It's probably the next time we'll look at this will be Christmas when we're all back together. How about giving us your fondest memory of or your best Christmas you can remember, going all the way back to when you were first born? Because my dad told me a story during World War II. One Christmas, his dad, they did not have money, that he went and got some old beat up pots and pans they found in the trash, took the handles off and made like a little army outfit for him.
Yes.
out of the handles and whittled a stick, basically, to make a gun, and then used an old pot for a helmet.
Yeah.
So just thinking back over the years, what's your fondest memory of Christmas?
Oh, wow. David, I don't know how to focus in. I don't have that dramatic an example. Yeah, that would be a good one for your dad. But for me, I don't know that there is any one Christmas that stands out. The things that I think of as I run a quick panoramic rerun of Christmases past would be perhaps the carols and the candles and the decorations in Fayetteville, my hometown, as I grew up. Decorating the tree at home, decorating our home with my parents, and Sunnyside, which was where my mother's old home, the florist business, and delivering flowers at Christmas, working there as a part of the delivery crew at Christmas. Then jumping forward to singing in the Messiah at Davidson in Charlotte, and on down to, gee whiz, the Christmases that Pat and I have served in the pastorate are warm, wonderful memories to me, because I enjoy the church at Christmas. I enjoy all the special services that we do, and each church has its own distinctive. St. James with its love feast, a Moravian-style love feast, Jarvis with its love feast, and these things, as we think about Christmas, is really about the birth of Jesus. Our Savior is, these are the things that come to me, and I remember, of course, Christmas mornings with our children when they were little at home, and I remember sitting up, stuffing stockings. Anybody here young enough that I should confess that we stuffed the stockings, and and playing Santa Claus, you enjoy that, and there's so many of them that I don't believe I could come up with one.
Well, that's
okay?
good now.
Okay.
Hey, do we have any other questions?
Where'd you get that watch from?
Yeah, how about that? I saw a man tonight, David, who had a watch exactly like mine. It is a Bulova. It is a Rolex look-alike, with emphasis on look-alike. Except for the slight similarity in appearance, that is where this resemblance ends, right? I got it in Goldsboro, before we moved to Goldsboro. While we were living in Greenville, Pat and I went over there one day, and we were shopping for a watch for me. And we found it there, not knowing that we were going to live there one day. You enjoying yours?
Oh yeah.
How long have you had yours?
About two or 3 months.
Talking to David Rouse here, ladies and gentlemen, about we have identical watches. Final question, right?
That'll be it. Unless
Okay.
anyone else. That's it.